Hello, my name is Drew from Pack 59 and I'm an Arrow of Light Scout, and I'm going to do a series about my survival pack or enhanced day pack, and it's going to be about everything in it. And I'm going to start off with my fire kit. Just starting off with the can, I got this can from just chocolate hazelnut straw things. And it was just a metal can with the lid, and I thought it would be good for my fire kit. So let's get into the middle. So I'm start off with some cotton I put some tinder in it, like little pieces of wood, and I use this just to it just makes it easier to strike a fire. Second thing is strike anywhere matches, and you can just use these on like any rough surface. It will use the friction to ignite it, and that's really cool if you're like out in the wilderness. You use a rock, something like that, because sometimes you don't have a striker. And then there is dryer lint, and the dryer lint is really flammable. You just get this from your dryer at like the end of drying or something, and it comes from all the lint in your clothes. Put that away. And the magnifying glass for using the sun to start a fire. Like, yeah, close up. We have these, they're like cigarette papers, whatever. They're really thin and they're easy to catch on fire, so they're really good for like starting off a fire and getting it going, or something like keeping warm. And then, speaking of not having any igniter, there's, what's it called? It's a striker patch or whatever. And you can use this to strike regular matches that don't strike on anything. Next up, we have a magnesium block with a striker on top. So the magnesium can be used as a really good fire starter because it's really flammable, and they provide you with the striker on top. But I prefer to use like a separate rod, because the one on top of this doesn't strike that well. So I like to use this. This is the regular standard ferro rod, and it's just useful whenever you want to strike something. I have this waterproof match case with regular matches, but they have a long tip, making them longer time when they're ignited. So those are useful. Something like lighting your way or something. Then there's some windproof, waterproof matches, and they're good for like you're in a windy situation, like out somewhere, and you need a match to light a fire. It's good because it does not lose its flame once it's done. And then we have a striker here, and this is different from a regular one. It's just smoother. Yeah, you have that. Then we have some more Strike Anywhere matches, some more windproof, waterproof matches. Yeah, so some more of these, and yeah. So, we can get more into detail about this. This is a magnesium block, as said before. Okay, so one thing to say about this, you use small little shavings on this, and it's very dangerous. 'Cause no matter what condition you are in, it will burn, and you gotta make sure that the sparks are away from this block here, because if it catches on fire, it's gonna be bad. Just a few shavings can burn through metal. That's why it's really, really dangerous, and that's why I prefer to use a separate ferro rod, so like that, and keep it away. Not using it on top would mean you don't get a little spark right there and set it on fire. So what else? Something else I would like to point out is these cotton balls have to be 100% cotton, because 100% cotton takes a spark pretty quickly. The synthetic kind, it would take a long time to start a fire with it. And these you can rub Vaseline on, and will help not only ignite it, but help it burn a long time until you can get your kindling going and like grow your fire. It seems like the focus is on primitive methods for making fire, but really using matches, ferro rods, all these different tools are just your go-to. Primitive methods are your last resort if you don't have any of these. Learning to do both of them are equally important, but this is really your go-to. And what else? What was I gonna say? So you can have like matches, magnifying glass, magnesium, strikers, 100% cotton, like stuff like that. If you're diligent about making a fire kit, keeping with you on your travels, hiking, stuff like that, it's when people don't have this advantage and that fall back on primitive methods that are really hard to master. So whenever I do go outdoors frequently, and I'm hiking, going camping, traveling, stuff like that, whenever I use something, I always restock it, like put back what I used basically. And I don't rely on my memory that I need to do this. Every time I come back from outdoors, I go through every single part of my survival pack or enhanced day pack, and I make sure everything's there, everything's restocked, everything's ready to go for the next trip. And then one of the better advantages of having metal tin is these frequently get used for chocolates, stuff like that during Christmas, Thanksgiving, holidays like that. And once you eat all the chocolates, you can use this. And there's more uses to this, like if you had to, you could take out everything and use this to boil water, drinking clean water, like cook something in it for eating. Could always, like metal chocolate cans could also be used for first aid kits, stuff, or you could store stuff for fishing, like bobbers, weights, lines, hooks, stuff like that. That's basically like all of the advantages you have when you use something like this. I hope you like my video going through my fire kit and how to store it, how to use it, when to use it, stuff like that. You're limited to your imagination with stuff you can put in a fire kit or stuff you can put in your survival pack with a metal container like this. Goodbye, guys. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Goodbye.
Comment.